Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6, where today I'm doing a scenario on Peak Forest Railway, where I'm taking a Royal Train. I'm going to be honest, I have tested this to make sure it runs with the least amount of stuttering. Because the route's quite old, it does. Before I do that, I'm going to go into settings. I'm going to see if it will run like that. So we go home, to the trains, choose a route, Peak Forest Railway, scenarios. See if it will run without stuttering in ultra detail. The reason for that is because this route does look gorgeous. And ultra detail will make it even better. This is basically starting at the triangular junction that leads on to the line, but that goes through Matlock, Spa, and Matlock, and all that lot. It goes all the way up to Buxton. It's 20 odd miles between Ambergate, I think it is, and Buxton. But it's a Royal Train, so it's not at speed. Yeah, Ambergate. So we have to go up to Mr. Station Master. Hello, can I talk to you? You'll be taking a Royal Highness on this leg of a journey to Buxton. You'll be following Bobby Micklethwaite in the pilot locomotive, so remain slow and steady. Blow your whistle when you are ready to depart. Yeah, well, I'm going to put the lamps on first, because technically, previous driver should have done that. There we go, Royal Train head code. I will climb aboard, and before even getting into the seat, where is it? Gauge glass. That just means that he should start off. Or not. Off we go. While I set up this engine, I will need that on because we've got a bit on it to go through. Go into that, check that I've got a lamp on the back. Didn't check what engine he's got, because every time you play this, it changes the names on the Jubilees. I didn't check what Jubilee he's driving. Yes, I do have a lamp on the back, and it's on. Can I fit anything there? Nope. This is a gorgeous station. It really is. I mean, you've got the triangular junction. This is the southern end of this light route. Go up. Ooh, that looks interesting. Go all the way up. There's Matlock. Go all the way. Where's that? Which one's that? Dale. And then I think that's Buxton there. Nope, that's Rowsley. I'm giving the other train time to go. Bakewell. we doing the full length of the line? Looks like it. That, I believe, is Buxton. Yes. We're going into that platform. Right. Go to the engine. He's cleared the first signal, or second signal. What is my engine? I'm waiting until the second signal is green before I go. We are in South Australia. The other one is Rodney. I don't know why Rodney are. Once he's cleared the second signal, I'll be able to set off. I could do it now, really. By the time I get to it, it'll clear. Here we go. 4 minutes later than should have done, but we are now on our way to Buxton. Before we actually do go anywhere, go into photo mode. Get a screenshot of both of my engines. And because I can, I want to see what the other engine is. I forgot to check, so going into photo mode means I can have a look at what engine Mr. Micklethwaite is driving. He'll be somewhere between the next signal, which is just round this bend, and signal afterwards at the moment. There's the home signal for Amberdale Station. There's the goods shed of whatever this bit is. Currently that signal's red. It'll go green pretty soon. Yeah, that's nice. Little Morris bullnose van. These screenshots I'm taking, plus some of the ones that I took during the test run, will go at the end of the video, because that's now become a standard for these videos, set to one of the pieces of music that I've had created for me exclusively. That way I don't have to worry about YouTube giving me a copyright strike, because they're my music. Where is that engine? I want to see which one he's driving. I completely forgot to check before I gave him the whistle to go. Let's see. Should see his exhaust. I've got to follow the line. I can't cut the corners because the camera won't let me. So even if I do see him, his exhaust on the corner of my screen, I've got to follow the track otherwise it'll just blur out. For a route that came out, I think it was Train Sim World 2 or 3, there is a lot of detail on this route. You've got the telegraph pole route all the way down, and it's multiple telegraph cables. The walls are fairly realistic. This is definitely in the autumn because the trees have got autumn leaves on. That signal's green. There's the other engine. We will see which one it is, and then we'll return to driving. He's only just cleared that signal, but he is in Vindictive. Unfortunately, it's right at the edge of where thing is. That'll still be shown. Why is your air pipe flickering? You can see how high the rails are when they're actually in. That's what I want. You can't tell the track's not there now. Let's carry on. We'll lean out the cab. Come on, let's get into Brown Cops. We're not going to be going that fast at any point. While there are higher speed limits, I think the fastest I'm going to go is around 20-25 miles an hour. At the moment, we're staying slow so that by the time we get to the first signal after the station, the one near that goods shed, there you go, it's cleared. It means that I don't have to stop. I will keep an eye on the signals displayed so that I can find out if there's any reds that I've got to obey or anything like that. But I'm not going to be rushing. I've got an hour and a bit to get to Buxton, which is 22 miles away, so I don't have to rush. 25 miles an hour maximum should give me 30 miles an hour maximum. Should mean I've got a chance to stop if there's a red signal. Gives the Royal Dignitary a comfortable ride, and I'm not using a lot of steam. And it does mean that if I do get a red signal, I can stop. The next signal's clear. Go a little bit on the prop regulator just to try and maintain speed. Don't want to be speeding. Royal trains don't run high speed anyway, so we'll just go at a nice sedate speed. While this scenario is supposed to take an hour and 10 minutes, the video will be much longer than that because, as you can tell, I go into photo mode. That's so that I can get some brilliant screenshots, including the one that gets used both as the thumbnail for the video and the opening image after my opening credits. The screenshots are the same level of detail as this is playing, and I'm getting 36 frames a second. So I seem to have, at present, sorted out the issues with stuttering, especially as I put it on ultra detail for this. Look, modest minor. It's strange I can identify classic cars as well as the trains. That's a beetle. Shouldn't really be paying attention to the road, should be paying attention to the track ahead. But I'm going to just look at everything because it does look gorgeous. This is the maximum speed that Heritage Railways can do. So I'm running it as though it's a Heritage Railway now. Next signal green, we've got a station coming up, which will be a chance to go into photo mode and get some photos as I'm putting them, and have a look around the station. See if there's any of the possible collectibles. We'll stop there. That's quite nice. What stand well? This is one of those lines that a lot of it is no longer around. The stations on the bits that are still open are no longer there. That's a nice waiting shelter. So you've got all these gorgeous stations. Oh, there's a tunnel. How long? Ah, not too long. I see wagons. You've got gorgeous stations that would have been Sunday trains watching. Take a peek in Peak Express. Oh, take a peek in Peak Forrest. Steam locomotive travel is the new sound of the century. That's cool. You can actually read things like that. We're going through the tunnel, and there's one. Turn that way. I'm supposed to be sitting down, not standing up. There's some wagons. Steam engine. 4F. That's cool. that reflect the sunlight on it with the tree. The leaves and bits on the tree. It's actually quite cool. And then you've got conflat wagons, which are conflat A. They're actually quite detailed for what they are. You can see the chain holding the door closed. You've got mounting chains. You've got lifting eyes, because these containers were lifted off. And then between them, you've got instanter couplings, not standard 3-link. The reason it's like that, to couple, you have it, that centre link long ways, and to have them close together like this, you'd move the link so it was in the middle. Well, I'll go to the end so you can see it better. But uncoupling it would be like that. Once it was coupled, you'd pull it so that bit that's at the bottom would be down at the bottom, and it would pull them close together. While on steam and passenger services even, you had the screw coupling. That should not be loose. That should be taut. Between the steam engine and the coach, you'd got the screw coupling, and then between the coaches, you've got the Buckeye couplings, which are those. And at the back of mine, the Buckeye would probably be lifted. Let's get another screenshot of my train with it in the shade. Partly in the shade, because that looks quite cool. And carry on. Doing that view. Some more conflat wagons there. 21 miles to Buxton. We're going at a nice sedate 26 miles an hour. Even though it now says 80 mile an hour speed limit, we're not going up to 80 miles an hour. There's the road, over the river. We're not using much steam, we're just maintaining speed. Okay. A little bit more steam. The speed is dropping a little. This is such a gorgeous valley. It's a shame that steam doesn't come this part of the line. I'm not sure how far the normal trains run. Got another good shed. Will it be another steam engine? I'm not sure. No. No steam engine there. Got a signal box, so there's a junction here. Houses. Okay, we've got junction and tunnel. And where's that go? Might have to investigate in free round to see where that goes. It looks interesting. Into the tunnel. 5 miles an hour into a long tunnel. While we're in the tunnel, okay. It's quite a long bit. Sheep pasture. That's the Confident High Peak. And that's a nice bridge. Just got over a little bit past it. That is gorgeous. Nice river bridge. Straight out of a tunnel onto a bowstring bridge. But over there it is. Can I get to it? Can I have a look? Ah! That's part of the Confident High Peak Railway. That's cool. There's a sewage farm. Really improves the scenery, doesn't it? There it is. Can I? There's a brake van. There's the Cromford Canal. Can I go over to it? Oh, it won't let me go to it. But that's Sheep Pastures Incline on the Cromford and High Peak Railway. That's cool. The fact that it's actually in this, it would make an... Let's get this bit closer. I might be able to go further up when I'm closer. It's cool that it's in it. I didn't realise how close to the Confident High Peak this was. Railway that had a lot of inclines. There we go, go from there. Can we go over more? No. What about here? No. Does that mean I can't do free roam up to there? That's not fair. How about if I go up a bit? Can I? You can see the... Let's zoom in. No, that's depth of field. I don't want depth of field at the moment. I want zooming in. Which is that one. You can see the incline and how it would have wagons pass. We've got loaded wagons on the right hand line, empty on the left. There's good shed there. That is brilliant. And then you've got the canal, though that bridge is a bit low for the canal. And then down there is the river. That's the Cromford Canal, the Cromford and High Peak Tramway. Anything visible from mine on the main line? Not at the moment. Okay, we'll carry on. Signals up ahead, both green. We'll slow it down. I just noticed. That signal's green because the distance is showing yellow. I'd seen a model of sheep pastures back in early 2000s. When I used to be a member of Motorola, we went to the York Motorola show, which is always held at Easter. And one of the layouts on display was sheep pastures. And I never realised that the bend that layout had for the main line was real. What's this? More wagons. They're loaded. I'm going to go into that because I'm going to have a look at the couplings. Those are instanters as well. But they're 12-ton open minerals. Can I see the number? 404305. And they are all different numbers. LMS standard 12-ton wagons. Someone missing there. There's no crew. Whereas, at least my fireman's visible. I know I disappear. There's the signal. It's on the in. It's a different place for a signal. They're usually on the driver's side. Canal pulls away in a minute. Yeah, that is the signal. Right. Weird. Don't normally expect them on the inside of a curb. On the wrong side of the line. Now is up there and leaving us. There's a station coming up. See which one it is when we get to the old style buffer stop. Quite pleasant little valley this. Football grounds. Station's just this side of the tunnel. There's another one where the station is immediately before the tunnel. Okay. And we'll have to look at what station it is. And I'll have to try and get a screenshot with the train just coming out of the tunnel. I can't make out the station then. We'll go there. Oh, Cromford! Of course, it would be, wouldn't it? I mean, sheep pastures is Cromford. High Peak is the other end of the Pennines. So, you got more Morris Miners. You got impressively detailed rocks. Looks, well, it's not too long a tunnel. You can see the end. Get a picture of the station name board. What details are there? Passengers must not cross the line except by means of the footbridge. Yep, that's all being sensible. There's a notice board. Bench. Nice little hut. And a lamp. That's one of the collectibles. Guard's lamp. Anything else on the other side? It's a cool little car park. This would be a brilliant heritage railway station. It's just the kind of fire buckets that contains sand. It's just such a nice... That's a collectible. There's the station master. Sorry. The station cat. There's another collectible, which is the route map. Okay, so I know what collectibles there are. Let's go through the tunnel, and then we'll get screenshot the train emerging. Gee, look, there is good. Probably a good idea. Let the brakes on properly. Means that if I apply the brakes, I can release them without issue. I haven't realised I left it closed. I've got the small ejector which some brakes, but the large ejector does the brakes better. We're doing a lot of firing. And there. It's a weird cutting. There's a signal there. There's another station already. Ooh, that's nice. A farm right at the end of the tunnel. That would be a good location to just watch steam tours come in. Let's bring my train into view. Like that. You've got the goods yard. Ground signal. Hello. Don't know why I'm saying hello to a ground signal. Oh, I know where this is. Got a steam engine. Class 4F again. Let's have the town in the background. This is Matlock Spa. And I'm sure Matlock Spa, or Matlock, one or the other, has a funicular railway. Interesting Flemish Bond bricks on the buildings. Matlock Bath, not on Matlock Spa. You've got notice boards. I'm having a look around before my train gets here. Car park with more Morris Miners and interesting outfit. See if there's any of the collectibles on this station, considering Matlock Bath is one of the important ones. That'll be the lavatories. Empty flower pot. There's another tunnel. That is such an impressive bit of scenery for a route that came out with, it would be either Trains in World 2 or Trains in World 3. We're now on 6. So the amount of detail on this route for the age of it is amazing. Waters column. My train's just coming around the corner. Open or empty 12-ton wagons. LMS. The brakes are off. That's naughty, the brakes should be on. Even though it's showing us on. There. Okay. We'll carry on into the station and through the station and go to the next station. Currently the signals are still green. Ooh. We are mineral wagons. Still ticklers, somehow. Power a little bit as we're speeding up. I do not want to be too fast. And then we go into Matlock Tunnel. Part of this line forms the route for Peak Rail. This is on tunnel. It's also a curve. It goes from, I think, Matlock Station to Railway Regis. I think it shares Matlock Station with Network Rail. I forgot to whistle for it. I'm going to go into photo mode and review this tunnel as well, see if it's good enough for a screenshot. Really hope so. Soon find out. Here's the end of the tunnel. Will that be a good shot? It works. The rocks look real. Problem here, the telegraph lines just suddenly end instead of going into the tunnel and then along the tunnel edge. This is almost like the Aberglasslyn Pass on the Welsh Highland. Almost. Not quite. The river's much calmer. It's got a bridge across it, which Aberglasslyn doesn't have. Let's have a look at that bridge. How far along can I go with that? Okay, I've got to go through the trees. Stay parallel with the railway. It's a girder bridge that's used as a footbridge. No, farm track. And goes under this one. And then we've got another tunnel. Let's carry on. We're going at 25 miles an hour. There's the farm track bridge. It's an impressive structure for a farm track. Now we go over the river, so I'm going to go into this side so let's see what the river down there looks like. I also want... It's a nice bridge. Can I go like that? Oh, that's gorgeous. Then just advance it so it goes across to there. Carry on, go through the short couple of tunnels. Somewhere along here is Millers Dale, which is pavement or a path. Okay, we've got another steam engine, which is Nova Scotia. Another Jubilee, I should say, not another. It's all steam engines on this, there's no diesels. Can okay, why is the signal there? This is Matlock itself with a few people. Any collectibles? Let's have a look while I'm going through in photo mode. There's another lot. Wow, this is a big station. I will now admit, when I did the test run, I didn't get this far. I got a red signal before the tunnel, the first tunnel, and I couldn't proceed. The game just froze because the trial engine or the preceding engine was stuck here. This time it's gone through, so that's good. Ew. Oh, can't get into the pit. I've got to go in. Got to go. Come on, let me go down. I want to see if I can look out through the window at. Right, I can do that. Will that work? That looks quite cool. Anyway, we'll carry on. Because I'm going at a nice gentle speed, it seems to let me continue without having to stop. It's an interesting simple box. Worth a photo of that. Oh, there's a 4F. And an 8F. Let's get the 8F first. First time we've seen an 8F on this run, but that is a weird. It's almost how Atherstone used to be. On a frame above the line. Can I get a shot as though I'm signalman? The signal box has got no collision, but that works. And you've got more LMS. 12-ton opens, more conflats, and BR 16-ton steel minerals. There you go. Gives the number B391326. That's the tear weight. It's cool to see them. Any brake vans? There's a proper vent van as well. Who made that? No works plate. It's weird, there's no works plate on the vent van. It's 12-ton. XP. 12-ton vent van. And then at the very back, a 20-ton BR standard brake van. I believe it's a BR made one. Can't see any builder's plate, but that's concrete. Adds to the weight. Can you get in, look inside? Oh, you can. Wow. What's it like looking out the ducket? Didn't know you could do this. I'll have to investigate whether you can actually ride in the brake vans on timetable mode. Because it'd be cool to ride as a guard. That's a lamput. This, I believe, is the southern end of the Peak Rail. Here up to Rowley Regis, which is the bit we're doing next. Now, doing this view a bit. Maybe make it a bit different. Signal's still there, we're going to be quick. Going downhill, that's why. Got the river next to us. Speak up. Don't really speak up. I'm enjoying this. When I was doing the test, I had it on medium detail. And ultra works perfectly. I've had little bits of stuttering, like just, but other than that, this is running really well. Next signals are still green. Those are the old quarries that are the reason for the... There's even tracking there. Those are the reason for the line, effectively. Can I go back into... Thank you. So... So once I thought there was something on the track there. Going back uphill still again. On the regulator. Oh, it's not like it's a bridge. Farm track again. Okay, this is a bit of a line I definitely have not been on now. So I'm going to be learning it at 25 miles an hour. I don't feel like I'm messing now. There's river, I'm going to guess. There's another Cattle Creek, the final track, on the river. Sit right on. There's a village up there. That's cool. A bit more on the regulator, slow down. There's green signal. That's a distance rather than a main signal. We've got 16 miles and 45 minutes to do it. Somehow, I think we'll do it before then. So we're just going a bit of a nice steady pace really. So the canal's still over there. No. Canal's gone miles away now. That is definitely a river. Too low to be a canal. I hope Her Royal Highness is enjoying this nice steady ride. And then all we've got to do is get to Buxton by 16:10. I think we will. We've been going at a nice steady pace. There's one engine in front of us, which is the pilot. And, well, that can go at line speed, which is why all the sections ahead of us are clear. Where's this? Go back to that view. I'm to try and see the station name. If I don't see it, I'll know that further now. Anyway, there's some loaded Buxton mineral ovens. Where are we? Can't see the station name very well. Form 1. First of all, screenshot. Where is it? Oh, Darley Dale. Darley me. Ha. Yeah, we are definitely on the Peak rail line at this point. Look for more collectibles. There's one there. Nice station. Wonder how much of this still exists in real life. Nice poster. London for your holidays. Thing is, I don't think that's London. Red phone box with the station master. Hello, can I get a photo of you? One thing I'd love to see on one of these routes is a police phone box. I'm going to have to get that. I like the lozenge station name. And you've got, fruity flavours, chewy fruit gums. Not just for children. Cleans white best. Zap. That's, clothes washing stuff. Our biggest bar yet. Like a chocolate bar today. Don't know which one that'd be. The Merseyside Derby. Anfield. Liverpool and Arsenal, maybe. Strong tea. All problems solved by a cuppa. Wales for your holidays. Yes, please. I like Wales. Well, those would be the facilities. Back of the station doesn't look as nice as the front. There's nothing. There's more Morris Miners. You can actually see into the window. For a route that is so old, being able to see through the window. Ooh, that's not a Morris Minor. That's Austin. For a route that's this old, some of the details really are good. That's Royal Mail. British Railways, Bedford. I mean, Morris. There's a Morris Minor. Morris van. That's the... Is it an Austin? Looks like it. There's the Morris van again. 12-ton freight wagons. Coal scythes. There is a lot of detail. More 16-ton minerals. That would be the goods office. Spare rail. Buffer. Bucket. There's a collectible. There's a level crossing. There's more Morris Miners and Austins and Morris van. And the pond. And the houses. They've done really well for the age of this route with the detail. You don't expect it. You really don't. Okay. Next stop, I think, is Rowley Regis. The next station, the next stop. And we've got coaches and a train that's been routed into the siding. I'm trying to maintain roughly the same speed all the time. That might be why on my test I had issues, because Bahamas, that's the preserved example. I've got videos of that, but that has been routed into the loop so that the Royal Train can go past. Can I get a good shot like that? In one shot, 3 Jubilees. Can I get a clean shot without signals blocking it? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. That's probably why on my test I had the issue. Making sure things are clear behind. And another level crossing. There's Amberdale itself. And a little bit more on the regulator so we don't stall. 14 miles in 40 minutes. 14 miles in 40 minutes. I think I'll do that. I'm not sure. I think I will. This is such a nice relaxing run at this speed. I'm going 27 miles an hour, with a slight gradient. That looks like local shots. Why would there be local shots out here? More Mark 1 coaches. Alright. Lovely. Okay. Let's have a look at what's on shed, shall we? This is Rowsley Shed, which is definitely part of Peak Rail. We've got a 4F. We've got another Jubilee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5. That one's inside the shed. That is Hardy. I think that may have been on my test run. Hardy was coupled up to my Royal Train engine. I saw smoke then, and it's disappeared. There's another 4F right at the end of this line, with the sunlight shining through the trees. There's a nice chimney and boiler plant. My train is all the way over there. Anything else of interest? Really long set of coaches. There's a coaling plant or coaling tower. That's cool. It's got a Jubilee underneath, so we'll have to look at which one that is. Or is it an 8F? Soon find out. I'll go down and have a look. It's an 8F. Being cold. Or going, getting ready to be cold, because the tender's not quite underneath. And that is 48139. Here's the cab. That's the coaling facility. There's water cranes. There's a turntable. And over here there's industry. Big factory with rail served. A lot of these Morris vans, a crane, a lorry that's going away, and I can't see what it is because I can't get any closer. Another lorry, probably the same, yeah, same type. Still can't get over to there, so I can't tell. You've got a lot of detritus. Got the old mill buildings. Another crane. As I said, the amount of detail for a route that is really quite old is amazing. Rowsley South, or Rowsley South. And the station itself is that way. Then you've got the goods yard, by the look of it. Any engines in the goods yard? Can't see any. But this is the northern end of Peak Rail. Rowsley Upsidings. A couple of brake vans together. And oh, there's a vent van. You can see it better when it's not inside a goods shed. Even that's got detail and instanter coupling. Brakes are off. This is a big yard. The station itself is up there. We'll go to it. We're going on the main line. Next 3 signals are clear. The next 2 now. Still got 14 miles before we get to Buxton, Midland, Matlock and And when we do, I'm going to have to go into photo mode and have a look around before I finish the journey. see more. Like the fact that there is a steam engine. Looks like an 8F. It is an 8F. Not much clearance between that and the signal box. But there's a better view of an 8F. 48301. Or in LMS days, 8301. Stopped with rods down. Somehow I don't think it's actually moved. There's the cab of the 8F. He's gone past the signal. Or stopped past the signal. Ground signal. This is a big yard. Really big. We are... Let's have a look on the map. We take that route. And still got all this to do. And then there's more of the route that goes up here. But we're not doing that bit. We're just going to Buxton, which is there. But from where we are, we've got yard there. Here's the station, I believe. We've got all that yard. Really down to quite a steep gradient here, so maybe a bit more power. Is this the station? Oh, there's a nice good shed. And we'll go into photo mode if the train is in the station proper, which is the northern end of Peak Rail. So called because it's in the Peak District. Rowsley for Chatsworth. You've got milk churns. First time doing this recording that my laptop's actually struggled a bit. Might be because there is actually a lot more detail here. More milk. We've got a gradient marker. Anything down here that's of interest? Well, there's a route map. This is a really well done route. As I said, it's fairly old. Came out years ago for a much earlier version of the game. And the detail is just amazing. I'll go over this side, see if I can see any more collectibles, because I am going to try and get them. Don't know what that is. Trolley of some sort. But looking at things like this, that's a nice little goods shed. It's open, mostly, but that's really nice. You've got water tower. You've got foundation of something. And then in here, you got a proper goods yard. With a few wagons by the look of it. Or is it? No, it's just sleepers. And coal scythes. And what looks like salt. Maybe. And then a factory of some sort. Or silos. Then you got the goods shed. Yard crane. That's well modelled. Not sure if you can actually use it. Looks like you might be able to. I will have to investigate all this lot. Because the stuff that's on here is amazing. Don't know how they can park like that. Gotta be really difficult to park like that. But yeah, the amount of detail and things that you wouldn't expect, considering the age. There's another collectible. Considering the age of this, you wouldn't expect some of this detail. Got more of the cool posters. Anais Magnolia, Leo Grayson in Shadow Dancing. The sweets, the thing. Scotland for your holidays. That's the fourth rail bridge for sure, with an A4 on it. Chocolate, football, tea, Wales, London. There is so much stuff on here that you just don't expect. It's brilliant. Really is. We'll get a picture like that and carry on. There's the river bridge with a nice mile going over it. And then the railway bridge, which, of course, we need a photo or screenshot of my two engines. That doesn't work. The telegraph poles sort of spoil that. There's a church. With the graveyard. How close to the graveyard can you get? That's quite good. And go under the roadway. Let's pretend we're looking out of their bathroom window. And carry on. 13 miles to Buxton. As I said, this route is amazing. I haven't really played it much. the first time I've done a majority of the length run. I'm finding things that I didn't know were in it. For instance, the Crampton and High Peak Railway. My test hadn't actually got that far before I hit a red. And now I know why I hit a red. There was a train in front that shouldn't have been. Well, obviously, if I keep an eye on the signals, I shouldn't have that happen. We're doing a nice, relaxing 26 miles an hour, which for 13 miles should take half an hour at that speed. So, yes, I'm going into photo mode a lot, but can you blame me when it's such a gorgeous route, even with the sun out? I'm just amazed that a route this old is so detailed. About to go into a tunnel again, so go other side. Green signal. Green distant signal. Look into the cabs so that you can see light. And I can still see out. Fireman's doing more coal. Despite me not using a lot of steam. We're going up at 1 in 100. Might be a little bit more on the regulator. Shouldn't really have to hold the fire door open in a tunnel. It can cause what's known as a backdraft. So the fireman's being water. Not yet. No, not yet. What's that move on? Combination brake. I like the way the lights flicker. We've got the firebox door open. And then it goes dark. This is a long tunnel when you're going at a steady 27 miles an hour. If I go back inside like that, we'll come to the end. Let's see what the exit's like. Ooh, there's a siding. That's about it. It's not as dramatic as further as back along the line, but still a good view. Okay. Go back to this angle, as you can see more. And look all the way around from here. A little bit of stuttering. Going up a 1 in 100. So this is quite a steep gradient. That's obviously a refuge siding for freights, so that express trains can get past at 50 miles an hour. That's the line speed here. I haven't been paying attention to line speed all the way because I'm trying to go at a nice steady slow speed, fast enough that it will take less than an hour to do the journey, but also slow enough that I won't hit any red signals. is a stunning view. We're getting close to Millers Dale, I think. This bit of the line is a footpath, if I remember rightly. Would have been nice if it had been kept open. Would have been a brilliant diversion route across the Peak District. Oh, we're speeding up. I don't want to be speeding up. Let's slow down a little bit. We're still going uphill at the moment. But I'm trying to bring the speed back down so that I'm not really speeding. There we go. We're going up to 102 at the moment. Relatively steep gradient for speed. Box door open. Fireman putting more coal in because I don't know why. Got a lot of pressure, otherwise the safety valve would be different. We've come all the way around from there so far. Just since the time went in. Mr. Fireman, stop wasting coal. You're not doing a very good job. You should not have the safety valves lifting all the time. I think this is not Millers Dale. No, it's not, it's Bakewell. See? Bakewell. Okay. Another station that had got a lot of facilities. Cattle dock. Three-way point. Yeah, I'm classing a three-way point as a facility. Someone reading this paper again. Sunday train watching. The train times. Can I zoom in on the words better? Complimentary tea on can't see the bottom of that. All on board. It's actually quite cool that you've got all of that. Steam locomotive travel is the new trend of the century. It is amazing that that makes it better. All on board. Complimentary tea on a something trip. Won't focus in enough. But that's cool. I'm gonna I'm going to get a screenshot of that because that is amazing that you get all of that detail. Anyway, you've got a route map. London for your holidays. Holidaying in London. But, oh, bus. First bus I've seen in this route. Looks like a... It's not a route master. It's similar design, but it's not a route master. It's an interesting footbridge. What's anything down the other side of the platform? No, just the lozenge saying Bakewell. Compared to Northern Transpennine, which was Wednesday's video, I'm mixed up with my videos. Compared to Northern Transpennine, which was Wednesday's video, which is roughly the same age, maybe a little bit older. There's a collectible. The lighting on this far surpasses it. It's so much more realistic. It's lighter, and it really feels like a 1950s summer's day or autumn day, given the colour of the tree leaves. Can we read anything on his over his shoulder? Or is it just the same? No, it's different. Can I go here and see what it says? No. It's in the sunlight, unfortunately, so I still can't see what it says. But that is really good that you can read things in the paper. Ooh, there's another steam engine. Oh no, it's not, it's houses. I thought it was a steam engine for a second. There's a steam engine. An 8F in the good shed. $48155 alongside PR 16-ton mineral wagons. We've got air brakes and vacuum brakes. What about a couple up to the coaches? Air brake, and we've got both air and vacuum. Interesting. Hadn't noticed until just. It's the first time I've looked. Right, 10 miles to go in half an hour. A lot of chimneys emitting smoke. And not locomotive chimneys, house chimneys, and factory chimneys. and things like that. Been doing this in-game for 40 minutes. So, I don't know how long the video is at the moment. It'll have been over an hour, because all the times I've gone into photo mode. Oh, slow down. Distance signal. Didn't realise I was going up such a steep gradient. Got plenty of coal. Don't know how much water I've got. I don't think the water gauge on the tender actually works on this, unfortunately. This is the next station. I'm not even sure which station this is. There's the good shed. Green signal. Followed by another green signal. Let's see what it said. It's a closed station. Closed station. It's got a name on the signal box. I want to see what it said. Hassop. Okay. So they retain the goods facilities, such as the cattle dock, tractor. Quite well modelled for the age. 3 of them. Really well modelled. You don't normally see 9 tractors. Obviously that's what gets unloaded in this goods yard. There's a crane again. It's obvious this goods yard is mostly used for unloading tractors from conflats or similar. Let's get a screenshot of the closed station building and the old station master's accommodation. Can you go into the shed? Ooh. You can, but there's nothing in it. What about... Got a cement mixer. We've got another shed, which you can't see into. Got a ladder going onto the roof. Got a wooden box. Now that's cool. And the old platform is overgrown with heather and a few other flowers that I can't identify. Whatever this pink one's meant to be. It's quite a cool little laser station. Okay. 10 miles still. I'm losing track of where I'm meant to be going. Every time we come to a station, I'm going into photo mode and looking around. That's sort of forgetting what I'm meant to be doing. Farnham is really overdoing it. Don't think we need that much coal on the fire. There's a road down there. We're on a slight embankment. Going on to an even bigger embankment in a second. Need a bit more on the regulator. We're about to cross over the road. Safe about 50 because the farmer's put too much coal on the fire. A little bit of stuttering, but not too bad. Considering I've got this on ultra detail settings, it's going quite well. I've had, what, 3, maybe 4 instances of stuttering, and then only when something's loading in, which is probably what's happening here. I think we'll soon be coming to Millers Dale. I'm not 100% sure. We're still going uphill, but we're going at a nice steady 35 miles an hour, which is a nice relaxing speed. I've done what I was told to do, which is go at a nice gentle, slow speed. Somewhere behind me is that other express train. They're not allowed to go ahead of me because if they break down, the Royal Train is in trouble. I just thought about that. If they break down, the Royal Train gets stuck, which is why they got routed into the loop. We're coming up to some houses, but not a station, because it's not showing on the track monitor. Gradient is eased ever so slightly, but it's still quite steep. So there's another closed station. Let's see which one this is. Do another few screenshots. Of the Royal Train passing through and try and identify which station it is, or was, that's closed. It is amazing. Oh, there's some, look, there's a collectible. I may have to just go into free roam and randomly drive along this route to find out what these places are. There's a plate layers hut, There's a posh house. So obviously this is set at a time when some of the stations were already closing, but the line hadn't yet closed. There's no station furniture saying which station this is. So I'll go back into that. Will it show me? Yes. Great Longstone. Okay. So you can actually stop there because it comes up as a station, but it's officially closed. Just knock the regulator back a little bit. Just start to speed up. No, we're not. So we're going back to 100. 8.5 miles to Buxton. Looks like we're going to go into the tunnel again. That should be fun. Must admit, I wasn't expecting the route to have this much detail. I just decided to do this scenario because I felt that this route would run more smoothly. Well, it's running smoothly, or more smoothly, and the detail is amazing. For such an old route, it's got a lot of detail. It's gonna. I look down like this, so you can see into the cab. Give something to look at, because if you're on a mobile screen you won't see a lot otherwise. We're speeding up. We're going downhill, that's why. That must have been the summit. I'd rather not be speeding. So I'm a little bit of brake. And oh, now that's nice. Screenshot. Or photo mode. I should have tried to get a screenshot coming out of the tunnel, because that's a gorgeous tunnel. But look at this. Wow. The evening sunlight is making it amazing. I know this bridge still stands, or viaduct, and I think you can walk over it. There's a cutting anymore. I'm being cheeky at the moment. That's a nice farm. I just want to see how far away I can get from that viaduct to try and get the whole thing in shot. Maybe on the other side, with the sun shining on it. See how far over I can go. Like that. Let's carry on. That was an amazing viaduct. I'm using the brake to try and prevent overspeed. This is a nice cutting. bridge. And now go up it again. Right, rails hooked. Another station. Which one's this? It's an impressive place for a station. Right on the edge of a deep drop. Wouldn't want to fall off. Dale or Me. There's a bit of rubbish. Looks like it's a halt rather than an actual main station, because the platform's not that long. And it looks like it is abandoned or closed. Cable drum. First time I've seen one on the route. And then a barrel. Looks like there's a couple of coaches up there. And Dale signal box. See what the coaches have got attached to them, shall we? I think there's another passenger service that's been pushed out of the way. There is. So if I've been going line speed, do per, however you pronounce that, that loco would be causing issues. Look at the scenery there. That is stunning. Just looking down at the valley. I'm going to get another screenshot when I am next to this service. So there. Maybe a bit more. I want it so that they are like that. That works. There we go. That is a stunning view. Really is. Can I get a... And we carry on. .7 miles an hour. I'm about to go into the tunnel again. Is that a the mill. Let's do this. Can I zoom in enough to work out what that is? It is, it's an old mill. That if it'll focus in. That's a mill. So I'll get a screenshot of that. And we'll carry on. I've done this view because you can see the cab better. 7 miles to Buxton. Buxton Midland, I should say. There are 2 stations at Buxton. There's Buxton Midland and Buxton LMWR. We're going to Midland. We've got to go past Millers Dale yet. I don't know how far away that is. But it shouldn't be too long before we get there. But I hope Her Royal Highness there's a reason for this. No, wrong bit. Field of view. Coming out into a stunning bit. The views are just gorgeous on this. Okay, got another tunnel, but just look at it. It's amazing. The amount of effort that would have gone into making this route, both in real life and for TSW, is just amazing. A bit more. Oops, we're slowing down. 6.6 miles. Distance is coming down. It's a pity that in this view you can't see my character, my player model. Because just weird having just firemen in shot and my player model not being in it. Let's look at the fireman's view. There's a mill down there. This is such a fantastic route for the age. I keep saying it, and I know I keep saying it because it really is quite a fantastic route. I think like that. Should be at Millers Dale fairly soon. I don't know where exactly it is. Just look at it. This light perfect for this route. And it doesn't use the latest lighting effects yet. So if this route ever gets a remaster, it will be even more stunning. It's just brilliant. Even as it is, it's brilliant. Okay, it could do with a few more locos, scenarios, everything like that. But it is a really good route. A bit of freezing there. Must be something loading in. The fact that they've got it accurately portraying the route as it was in the 50s. And it is near enough accurate. It's brilliant. Okay, I think the next station, which is shown up on the track monitor, is Millers Dale. We've now got 2 trains following us. One with Bahamas, and then the one with the one that I can't pronounce the name of. So I'm not going to butcher it again. Fireman, for safety valves lifting, stop adding coal. Ooh, there's a line that way. We'll take a look at that one. Millers Dale Lime Koi siding. So yes, this is Millers Dale. So that's just a short siding. I think it's just a single siding. Looks like it. Yep. Just a little siding. Gets limestone, which is there. It's cool. But we are now at Millers Dale. Let's get a picture with the sunlight reflecting off the metal of the locos. And then, like that, go into Millers, or go get to Millers Dale. It's yeah, this famous bridge. There's the lime cones. But this bridge, which I'm going to get a screenshot of in a minute. Once I've looked at the lime kilns and got a screenshot of them, this bridge is famous. There's loads of photos taken from on the old lime kilns. Up here, looking down at that. It is a famous viaduct. You've got the steel one, the steel arch one, and then you've got that one. One of them is still open for walking across. I can't remember which. Let's pretend we're on this signal. I think it's the right hand in this view that's still open. But Millers Dale Viaduct is quite famous. Ooh, another Jubilee. 45586 this time. And that is one we've already seen, I believe. I can't remember. As I said, it's North British built. That one was built by North British. North British Locomotive Works, 1934. First time I noticed that, works plate on the front. Is this one? This one's North British as well. 1934. LMS. Derby. Also 1934. That's a good angle. As I said, these screenshots will be at the end of the video. And once we've got to the end of the station, like that, first things first, we get a screenshot. We can then have a look around Millers Dale, or Millers Me. Of course, got to do that. Platform trolley. It's an impressive station. Really is. There's the other Jubilee. What's in the car park? Couple of cars. Morris Minor and an Austin. Morris Minor looks nice in that colour. Then we've got some loaded 12-ton opens. That's the goods office. Station, railway workers' cottages. That's the station and goods yard. 16-ton mineral wagons. Ooh, you can actually see into the... Is that bread or cheese? And bananas. Bread and bananas. Interesting. You got the yard crane, wheelbarrow, more coal scythes or staiths, another cattle dock, This time with longer siding behind it. No cattle wagons. Loads of sleepers. And you've got Millers Dale signal box, which has got quite a lot of levers. Fire buckets full of sand. We're going on the main line, not the one off to the right. Haven't looked down this platform yet. Nice benches. Looking if there's any collectibles. There's one there, right next to the fire buckets. See if I can get another shot of the viaduct without train on. How far out can I go? That's not too bad. There we go. And then try the other side. Shooting towards the sun. Always a good idea. Go over there a bit. See how far away I can get to get the viaduct in. There we go. It's an impressive structure. And it does survive. Unlike the railway. So it's somewhere I'd love to visit. I just can't drive, so I can't go there, unfortunately. Anyway, that's Millers Dale. Or I should say, Millers Dale for Tideswell. Is that a... No, that's actually a bay platform. Okay. I think this is Junction. Definitely the wrong button. Let's just have a look. Is it Junction? Could be, because there's a line over... Ah! It's a short... Oh, now that's nice. That's really nice. That is cool. It's a little narrow gauge line. That is ace. The reason it could never connect to the main line, it's half the width. That is amazing. That they've actually put in the narrow gauge is just brilliant. Okay, we'll carry on. But I wasn't expecting that. There's I'm going to have to go into photo mode and look at what that is. Because that's interesting. Let's have a look. Can I go up above it? You stop bouncing. No, I can't actually see what it looks like. Another lime kiln. It's highly possible that that is another lime kiln. Or it could just be... It does look like it, to be honest. Those rails are not used. They're rusty on top. Can I get a screenshot with that structure in the background? If anyone knows what that is, and I'm getting it right that it is actually a lime kiln, can you comment that, please? Or if it's not a lime kiln, can you tell me what it actually is? It does look like a lime kiln. Got another tunnel coming up. After we've gone over the river again. That looks like there's another stone viaduct. Just before we get to the signal. Yep, it's another stone viaduct. Yes, there's going to be a lot of screenshots at the end of this video. But I'm amazed at the amount of detail on this route. Which is why I'm doing all these screenshots, because it's just brilliant. This route is old. And it's got so much detail. It's just amazing. I genuinely did not expect this level of detail on a route this old. And to be honest, this is only the second scenario I've played. The first one was the Gala, which was on the northern section, the bit that's not towards Buxton. Slowing down a bit too much. Oh wow! I'm sorry that I'm pausing it so much, but look at that. It's the engineering that would have gone into this line in the first place. It's just, well, you can see that there's no detail there, but that doesn't work. It's just stunning. Go through this promontory. And then There is meant to be detail there. It just didn't look like it was. This gives you Welsh Mountain Railway vibes. Running along the ledge with a river down in the bottom. Before we get to the tunnel, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to. Just for the fact that I want an image of the train on the ledge. The whole train's out of the tunnel. Can I get further back? That's... We've got another tunnel there as we go around the bend. How far up can I can't go. I've got to go through the tunnel to be able to see the next bit. Just want to see if there's a view here. There's another viaduct. And then another station, which is Millers Junction. We will be passing another Jubilee. Nope, an 8F. An 8F on an actual train, not just sitting in a yard. 48014. Go both sides of it. And that's the bit we will not be going on. We'll be going that way. Looks like we're starting to go downhill. That looks like the river's been channeled deliberately. Carry on. Under 4 miles to Buxton. I don't know how long it will take to get there because I keep pausing. I really am enjoying this route. It is amazing. Okay, come on, carry on. Something else is loading in. Considering I've had some brilliant running, I'm not getting wound up over the stuttering at the moment. If it had been stuttering all the time, I wouldn't be happy. But for a route this detailed, stuttering hasn't been that bad. I don't need to get another screenshot of the 8F. I've already got one. Well, I've got 2 on each side. So, no, I'm not going to. I wonder if that's got the red because there's a passenger that we're going to be passing. Okay, we're now going downhill. We're heading to to the end of this branch. That's the way up to where we did the gala, which would have been, it was on Transcend 5, I think, that I did that. I don't think I've done it since getting Transcend 6. A little bit of stutteration, shall we say, as we go over another viaduct. Let's look at what the viaduct looks like. It's another stone arch viaduct. And we've got another triangular junction. There's more line coming down from there. Oh, we're going uphill now. What's the name on this one? Buxton! So we'll be soon be getting into Buxton. Probably why it's starting to stutter. Buxton will have a lot of detail. It's another one of those, but it's got a bit in the river has a foot. Oh, that was nettle. That's an impressive bridge or viaduct. The telegraph pole wires just suddenly end and then restart. There's a road following the river. Okay, we carry on. Simon's doing more firing. 3 miles. Another bridge or viaduct. Go into that view to get the. It's another one of those. Don't need any more. This route is gorgeous. It really is. The amount of detail that they put in for the age of the route is just, it's amazing. Yes, my laptop is now starting to struggle because we're getting to Buxton, which is going to be even more detailed. But there's things in it that some more up-to-date routes haven't got. Which one's this? Yeah. 8. I can zoom up and have a look. Top The Pike. I know someone who's got a layout called Top of the Dale. It's a magazine. It's based on this. Or it was originally based on this route. I don't know if it still is. It's been ages since I read that magazine and had a look. I know they will update it yet. I just can't remember whether it was keeping it based on this line or moving it slightly. Into the tunnel again. Go back to this view. That just looks so gorgeous. Can I get there? I know this is weird, but what I want to do, if it'll let me, I know it'll go to the funny angle, like that. Wait until frame rate comes back up. And then I want that is nice. And then driver's eye view. And one looking down there. Will that work? If I... even with it blurred, it looks gorgeous. But that is really nice. Okay. We're still doing the 26 miles an hour. The light engine that went in front of us will have got to Buxton quite some time ago. But we're going to make it at the time that I intended to. Or I meant to, which is about 4 or 16:10 in 24-hour clock. So I've done perfectly another one of those stone viaducts. I've seen some of the most amazing scenery in train sim. Gone over the famous Millers Dale viaduct. This is an absolutely amazing route. There is so much detail, and there's a quarry. Let's have a look. Wait for it to load in. It's a stone quarry of some sort. Probably limestone because it's the Peak District. Come on. There's the quarry stuff. Anything up here that's followable? Nope. There's a signal box, that'll tell me what it is. This is Ashwood Ashwood Dale, which is a limestone quarry. So what I'm going to do is that, get my train. Okay. There's a lot of things about these sites that you don't really decide. What's this siding for? There's another one of those. It's got to be a lime kiln, because we're now right next to a limestone quarry, and we've got two of these right next to each other. How far up does this go? There's the buffer stop. That's definitely got to be a lime kiln. How close in can I get to have a look? Is there doors? Can't get any closer than that. That's a shame. How high up can I get? Not very. I will have to come and do a free roam exploration and have a look at all these. That is a really short bit of line before that disc signal. That's a bit longer. Can I? Let's get my train with the stuff there. Ooh, those sidings just end. Obviously, before these buildings were in, track would have gone to around here. And then we've got a mill there, which I was looking at before I saw all that lot. There's the stone viaduct. I'm sorry about this video taking quite a long time because I'm investigating, but I really haven't played this route that much, and it's fascinating seeing all this stuff. Okay, it's coming to the point where we'll soon be at Buxton, and the scenario will end. As I said earlier in the video, there's a pipe there. Or is it the road? No, it's the road. As I said earlier in the video, all the screenshots I've taken will be put at the end. yes, it'll make the video longer, but it means you get a chance to actually see the screenshots for longer than just the few seconds it takes me to, or a few moments it takes me to press the button to do screenshots. So that's why I do it. And I also put the screenshots on my iPad so I can edit them, and well, the ones I did Monday, Wednesday and today, I'm going to edit to look like old photos and share them on the Facebook page for the channel. Hopefully people will like them and find them think like me, they look realistic, because this game can produce some really good images. You just have to make sure you've got the detail settings for photo mode at high quality, which is what I do. Okay, Buxton have a lot of stuff in it. We are 1 mile from the end of our journey. One of those nice vans and a nice miner. And another one. Yeah, I do apologise for going into photo mode so much, but as I said, this route has amazed me. Considering its age, it's got things that you don't expect. The level of detail is amazing. We're going up a 180. It's quite a steep gradient. Less than half a mile from our destination. I will go into photo mode before we come to a complete stop, so I can have a look around Buxton. I've not actually been into Buxton station on this route yet, so I'm going to have a look around the station before we come to a stop. I've been on Buxton sheds. There's a lot of gameplay starts there. I think that's the LNWR line. Quick check. Yep, that's the LNWR line, which we can join up to, but we won't. So we're going into Midland. There's the next signal box, which is Buxton East. We go under the LNWR line. The station. a bit quick. I didn't notice the speed on it. There's a 4F in the goodyard. And our train's too long for the platform. Let's go to that view so I can see. This is a terminus. And it gets down to nearly 0. Yeah, I'm going to hit the buffers. There's the engine that came out, Vindictive. That was our preceding engine. I've forgotten which name it was. Whoops. Yeah, our train's longer than the platform. Much longer. Maybe the 4F will do the shunt. Gents. The ladies will be somewhere on the main platform. Hello, station master. You're a calico. Notice board. They'll be chalked when there are things on. There's route map. There's something to munch. Bakewell tarts. I've just realised what they were. I'll go back into normal mode. Ooh, that was weird. Normal mode in a short while as we go over to... Can't we go to the LNWR station? Thought we could. That's the LNWR station. It's though over the car park. Should be able to go into that. I mean, you can actually drive trains onto it. That's not fair. Can't look at it in the camera. There's a 4F in the goods shed. So we'll get a screenshot of that. There's one in the yard. Get a good shot of that. There's the LNWR signal box. Buxton number 2. And the shed is off that way. Just about visible, I think. There's carriage sidings. It would have been amazing had the railway stayed open, because you've got such amazing architecture along the entire thing. There we go, get a picture of the Buxton. And if I can find one, to finish the screenshots at the end. There we go. And now blink. Right until 16:10. We've got 3 minutes. We actually arrived early. But what I'm going to do... Sorry, Farnham. There's my engine. I hit the buffers. I didn't intend to. I just misjudged where I was. I'm going to eat some bedclothes. Do route map. Hello, kitty cat. Can I get across? No, I can't. Oh, stack some cases. Didn't know that was one of them. You can see how long my train is, or was, because it's hanging out of the station. There's water crane. I'll have to look if I can get into Buxton LNWR. Same with going to the bottom of Cromford and High Peak. Can I go through that door? No, I can't walk across. That's not fair. Spoil sports. I wanted to have a look at the LNWR station. Okay, back on. Now that I've had a little walk around. Oh, opening cylinder drain cops because they're stationary. There we go. Objective complete. That was great work you did today. Let's see how you did. Okie dokie. South Australia will now be serviced for its return journey. We'll go on to Buxton Shed. Let's see how well I actually did. I only got 4,236 action points this time. Let's see if that gives me a gold medal. Considering it's an old route, there's no platinum medals. Let's see. We effectively had 12p power, 2 6p engines, class 6. Gold medal. Time taken 1 hour, 10 minutes, 18 seconds in game. I always say that. Distance driven 26.26 miles. A marathon. Distance walked 619.59 yards. I arrived 3 minutes early and I stopped 3.5 yards over. Only a tiny bit of speeding. So I did that really well. I've actually enjoyed that, and I hope you have too. And if you're still watching, please click the like button and comment. Comment to say that you actually watched all the way through. It's nice to know if people do that, because I put a lot of effort into these videos, and it would be nice to know if people are watching all the way through. As I said earlier, there now follows quite a few screenshots. Basically, the journey from the Triangular Junction, I can't remember its name because it was so long ago, right the way up to Buxton. And as my last words, have a good weekend and be seeing you.